Welcome back to T4. We've still got the New Radicals to come into the studio. They're going to be playing at 1 o'clock right now. I've been joined by James and we're going to start getting deep with the man from the creek. Rubbing your hands, anticipation.
Go, man.
How's it going? All right,
Good.
you ready for this?
Sure.
Did you get a good grilling on the website?
On the website I did.
That all went well?
I did, yeah.
And you accept marriage proposals for 17 people. I think it's very generous of you.
Well, you know.
Now, Dawson's Creek has been a phenomenal success in America, hasn't it? Someone was saying it's been syndicated to 63 countries as well as the States.
Really?
Something like that.
Wow.
I mean, it's just phenomenal. What do you attribute that success to?
I don't know. I mean, I think we deal with some pretty universal issues, and we try to make a little bit of a different show, and that these teenagers speak the way everyone kind of wishes they could. So.
Do you think that's because you're older than they are, as people? I mean, the characters you play are young.
Well, no, it's because of the writing. I mean, Kevin
Right.
Williamson, our writer, his whole thing is to not talk down to teenagers. And basically, everyone pretty much understands what we're talking about anyway.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Is this your first major acting role?
It's the first one that's gotten any exposure. I did a movie that was a really big movie up until its opening weekend, at which point it became a flop. But I started doing theater when I was about
Right.
16 years old in New York.
So you've always been the keen actor and performer, and
Yeah, this is just my first thing that's gotten a lot of exposure. So.
now there's this theory that most actors can remember the first line that they had in their first part, major part.
Right.
So, can you remember what Dawson's first line was in the first episode that was aired of Dawson's Creek?
I don't remember what we shot first.
You can't remember?
I can't remember. I think.
What, the one that was on for air first?
I probably in the. No, I don't remember.
No idea? Well, we've got a clip so we can give you a quick reminder.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
I love this movie. This won the Oscar, didn't it?
Gandhi. Spielberg was robbed. This is before he outgrew his Peter Pan syndrome.
Peter Pan syndrome, there
It's
you go.
funny, and that actually wasn't the first line I said. We shot that about the third day.
Oh, really?
of the
But
pilot,
it was the
so,
first one that was aired?
Yeah.
Ah,
but
so
I
there's
wouldn't have remembered that one anyway.
a cunning ruse all the way through. See, we're just trying to deceive you. How similar do you think you are to Dawson?
Dawson definitely reminds me of one, part of myself when I was about 15 years old. So, there's a lot of me in Dawson.
Do you think that's why the role is so successful?
Yeah, but I think it's successful just because of the whole cast and the good writing and all of that.
And you mentioned Kevin Williamson already.
Yes.
What's it like to work with him?
He's great. He's an incredible collaborator, which is a very rare quality for a writer, especially a great writer. So he's a really nice guy.
Is he just really down to earth?
He's a really down to earth, just nice. He's basically Dawson.
Is that what it is?
The character's based on him. So
Oh, really?
he's imagine Dawson growing up at about 30.
Fantastic.
That's him.
And he's growing up as Dawson, but at 30.
That's right.
That's all right for him. He's living all his excitement through you. How have you coped? I mean, we've talked about how successful it is. How have you actually coped with your overnight stardom? I mean,
Have I coped?
Yeah.
I've gone into drugs and drinking.
is that what it is? You'll be in rehab next year.
No, I mean it's it's been great. I've got so many opportunities because of it, so it's been great.
And do you find it easy to deal with people coming up to you in the street and saying?
Every once in a while, yeah. Sometimes it's tougher than others when you're rushing for a plane in an airport and you get stopped.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. But it's great to have an audience. It's great as an actor, when you have a job, to have an audience that actually cares about what you're doing. So it really makes it all worth it.
Do you live that LA lifestyle though, as a superstar in America?
We don't shoot in LA, so no.
But yeah, but LA lifestyle in Wilmington.
We're like-
are you out there sort of burning up?
I'm laughing at the idea of LA lifestyle in Wilmington. We shoot in this teeny tiny little town in North Carolina, which is like 3,000 miles away from Hollywood. And there's nothing Hollywood there. It's a bunch of good old Southern boys.
Is that what it is?
Who are our crew, who would, they're not terribly impressed by us. So
is it quite nice to come over to London then and experience London? Because I mean, we were in Leicester Square last night and it was teeming with people, wasn't it?
Right,
It was
yeah.
absolutely rammed.
yeah, it was very cool.
It's a busy city.
I love London. I mean, I backpacked through here about 2 years ago with
Really?
no money. I stayed in like dirty hostels.
We've all done
and
it.
all that, so.
Some of us still have to do it, but shouldn't really go there. So, how about sort of the cast? How do the cast get on as a team? I mean, the chemistry on screen is fantastic.
Right. Now we're getting along very well. We're like a big dysfunctional family,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And what can we look forward to? What can we look forward to in the future from Dawson's Creek?
We basically, all the relationships evolve, I guess I could say,
And develop.
and develop. I don't want to give too much away, because
But you can give us a few, you know, a few tasty little teasers.
Okay, I mean, be ready for some surprises, some shocks, some things you didn't really quite see coming in.
Right. Well, James, thank you very much for coming in. Do go back when you go back. Do pass on our best wishes to everyone. We really love the show.
Thank you so much.
And it's time for us to get an episode of Dawson's Creek right now. It's coming up, and things are going all right for Joey and Dawson. But you know, it's just not going to stay like that. Not with a fox like Jen in the bushes.
Previously on Dawson's Creek.
Were you under the mistaken impression that you were actually invited?
Well, it says come on, come off.
Accept spoiled trust fund casualties from Rhode Island.
You can eat.